Hello, I'm Daniel. I wanted to talk to you about the three essentials today in a talk. And I'm going to read from this book, Dropping Ashes on the Buddha by Master Sun San. It's a very good book. And first of all, he calls the three essentials great faith, great courage, and great questioning instead of great faith, great determination, great doubt, but it's the same thing. Great faith, great courage, great questioning. Okay? Okay. So Sun San says in this book, Zen practice requires great faith, great courage, and great questioning. What is great faith? Great faith means that at all times you keep the mind which decided to practice no matter what. It is like a hen sitting on her eggs. She sits on them constantly, caring for them and giving them warmth so that they will hatch. If she becomes careless or negligent, the eggs will not hatch and become chicks. So Zen mind always means believing everywhere, believing in myself. So what are we talking about? Faith in ourselves, faith in the path. We're not talking about faith in terms of the way we usually think of it. We're talking about faith in ourselves, in our true nature, the belief that I can do this. And that's why some people like to translate it as great confidence, and I like that a lot better. There's a foundational Zen text called Faith in Mind, and I really wish more people called it confidence in mind, because it's not about, because we have a lot of baggage with the word faith. And that's Faith in Mind is the text I like very much. So I bring baggage to the word faith, so I struggle with that too. So it's more like confidence. I can do this. This path is doable. Okay? Okay, so moving on. Sun San goes on to say, great courage means bringing all your energy to one point. It is like a cat hunting a mouse. The mouse has retreated into its hole, but the cat waits outside the hole for hours on end without the slightest movement. It is totally concentrated on the mouse hole. This is Zen mind, cutting off all thinking and directing all your energy to one point. So when I think of great, and I don't like his version, I don't like using the word courage for this, but when I think of this great determination, I think of the perfection of diligence. I think of this is the thing that keeps me coming. It keeps me going to meditate when I don't feel like it. It keeps me showing compassion when I don't feel like it, right? It's the thing that really keeps me coming back. And without that great faith, maybe I wouldn't be coming back. But I have the great faith. I believe this path is good for me, is doing good for my life. So it's easier to have that determination to keep coming back. And that determination is important, because if I just have great faith and I'm not determined, it's really easy to not practice. It's really easy to fall off the wagon and stop practicing. I've done it a bunch of times, and I'm sure you have too. It's very easy to do. It's very easy to get distracted. So that's why great determination is important, and I think people lose sight of that sometimes. And then he goes on to say, next, great questioning. If you question with great sincerity, there will only be don't know mind. If you question with great sincerity, there will only be don't know mind. And that is a thing that Sun San talked about a lot. Don't know mind. That is, what is this experience that I'm having? I don't know. Who am I? I don't know. He likes to talk in those terms, because when we get down to it and we try to figure out who and what we are, it's hard to come up with answers that really apply in all situations. So that's why he talked about don't know mind. It's the same thing. Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, the modern classic by Suzuki Roshi. It's the same thing. Beginner's mind, don't know mind. It's the same thing. It's who am I? What is my role? We can ask over and over. And also this great doubt, it also means we're not just going to accept answers we're given. We're going to think for ourselves. We're going to try to come up with answers ourselves. We're going to not believe things just because, but rather believe things because they're helping us. And if we don't have that kind of great doubt, then maybe we might become drones. We might just be repeating what we're told and not really thinking for ourselves very hard. I really like that Zen makes great doubt a virtue. There are other Buddhist traditions that do, and there are plenty of Buddhist traditions that say doubt is important, but then, and I don't want to say bad things about other traditions, but I will. There are traditions that say doubt is important, but when you really pay attention to the tradition, you think, well, if you're doing this, I don't think you value doubt. And that's what I really like about the Zen tradition, is that it values great doubt, thinking for yourself, investigating, paying attention, and learning. These are all tied up in doubt. So I think doubt is very important. And we need it to temper our faith, because if we just have faith without really thinking about things, I also don't know if we're going to get very far on the path. So that's what I wanted to say about the 3 essentials. And again, the text I read from was Dropping Ashes on the Buddha. So I'm going to thank Master Sung San for helping me out with this text. Have a great day.